So it's now just after 8:30. Sophie's had all of her medications. She's had her chest physio, all her nebulizers. We've had to do some nasal suction. So it's all quite an intense routine just before bedtime. Lots of stuff that needs to be done just to make sure that she's comfortable, she's got pain relief, her chest is clear. We've done that chest clearance. So that's a daily routine. We do that in the morning and in the evening. So we're now going to get ready to get Sophie down because she does get quite sleepy pretty quickly after her nighttime medications. Once we get Sophie transferred into her bedroom, we then have to put in a sleep system, and we do that to protect Sophie's body shape. Because she has the condition scoliosis, it can change quite rapidly, and it has done so in the last 3 months, to the point that we're being recommended that Sophie has spinal surgery, which, again, being Sophie's advocates, being her mummy and daddy, they're quite difficult decisions that we have to make. So we ensure that we use the sleep system to protect her body shape in the event that she hopefully then won't have to have surgery. So we'll go and set that up now. So I'm now putting Sophie in her sleep system that I mentioned earlier, and that's just to help protect Sophie's body shape. Again, it takes a bit of time because it's got to be right, and it's just another part of our routine, Sophie's routine for bed. The aim is to keep Sophie midline so that she's not rotating her chest, and then that potentially having an impact on her chest, on her rib cage, and the potential for chest deformity. And then the only real thing really to probably just point out is many families like our own who has a child with significant healthcare needs, some will have a necessary care package, some will have support from family and friends. We have a continuing care package, and Sophie does get a reasonable amount of hours, but as is often the case, we may have a significant package for Sophie. Doesn't always go to plan. So for example, this week we've had 3 nights where we should be having 5-night care. We should be having a considerable amount of care during the day to support Sophie. Again, as I mentioned before about the impact on siblings, so that we have time to ourselves, time with Sophie's sisters, time to get a rest ourselves, really, a little bit of respite, but that hasn't been happening this week. And as we're now going into the weekend, so as you can see probably to the side here, there's a bed, so this will be my bed for the weekend, where we'll be staying in here with Sophie. And because they are, generally the carers tend to have waking shifts, but when we're faced with probably 4 nights a week, we will try and sleep in here with Sophie, but set our alarm. So for the 4-hour feeds, we'll set our alarm every 4 hours. Not to mention the medications that she'll need during the night. So she'll have 2 lots of medication she needs during the night, so we'll need to set our alarms for those. And that doesn't include, obviously, if her ventilator alarms, if her saturation monitor alarms, if she needs her airway clearing. So you can imagine, and as you can see, there's a lot of equipment in here that can potentially be going off during the night. So when we don't have care in place, then we're obviously doing that during the night. So it can be quite tiring.